How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. This right here is a 50-liter portable car freezer or cooler from Shinegiant. I review a lot of different products, but sometimes you have to wonder, when would you ever need something like this? I've been on camping trips where you bring a cooler that's not powered like this one, and you bring a bunch of frozen products, and by the probably third day or so, everything is completely thawed out. This limits on how long you can go camping for. Sometimes you just want to go really long, just stay out of the city and just kind of be in the wilderness for an extended period of time. With a portable freezer, you can keep a lot of meats completely frozen, and you can have a nice supply of food all along the way. Of course, this all means you still need electricity to power this thing. It comes with a 1-year warranty, and with many products, I would recommend to really stress test whichever unit that you get to make sure that it would actually last many years down the road. Don't buy this product and let it sit in the garage and use it once or twice in the summer, and then the next year you bring it out, you use it a whole bunch of times, and then it fails. Now you can actually control the temperature on this thing, so you don't actually have to use it only as a freezer. You can go from -4 degrees Fahrenheit all the way up to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. LG compressor over here. Those are reliable, except the linear compressor that I've been hearing on the news where they tend to fail. This one is not the linear type, so hopefully it would last longer than the 1-year warranty. It can power off of 12 or 24 volts, and it's Bluetooth app controlled. I took this on a trip. It actually does not fit in the trunk of my Tesla Model 3. It's around 21.5 inches tall. I had to put this in the back seat and drive for about 3 hours to my destination. I plan to have a hot pot party, so I brought a whole bunch of ingredients and I put the frozen stuff in here. On the left and right side, there's a package of frozen ribeye Wagyu. On the top, there's some frozen pork belly, and then on the bottom, there's some frozen lamb. Now, as it turns out, this thing does too good of a job freezing those things. You actually don't want the meats to be frozen hard because then it's hard to separate them. If I were to do this again, I might set this not at -4, but maybe something like 10 degrees Fahrenheit or so. So let me show you guys what's in the box and also test out the electricity usage. Shinegiant car refrigerator. Check underneath here. Yep, completely empty. This is a 50-liter cooler, some accessories, car adapter. You can also power it with an AC adapter. This is rated at 60 watts, the manual. And there's a drain plug here to let you release any water without tipping over the entire thing. 2 little grommets here to make it watertight. And there's more space underneath this block. The cooler's lid has this foam padding for sealing. On the lid, there's 4 cup holder areas and a strip that's about 2 inches wide that kind of tapers down. On the side, there's a power plug. You can connect either 12 or 24 volts to this. Built-in handle on either side, weighing in at 30 pounds. Let's take a look at the bottom. It has the roller wheels on the long side. It contains C-pentane, which is a refrigerant. The AC adapter seems to be worldwide. It can go from 100 to 240 volts. The input can be either 12 or 24 volts. Here's the schematic. I'm gonna plug it in and we can see its power consumption. It turns on. It's pretty warm right now, 80 degrees Fahrenheit ambient temperature. It's using about 41 watts to run the compressor. It's showing 14.7. We can adjust the temperature all the way down to -4 to as much as we want, actually. If you let it rest, running a fridge, you always have the danger of draining your car. So over here, there's a chart on how low you want your 12-volt battery to get before it cuts off on its own. By default, it's on high, which means if the battery voltage gets below 11.1, then it's gonna stop drawing power. If the battery voltage go up to 12.4, it'll start back up again. So if you wanna change that, press and hold this gear button, and then press it again to get to low, medium, or high. Let's set it to medium, and then I'll hold it. And then it'll stay at medium. There's also a USB port right here. You can connect a phone to charge it. This is a 5-watt one, so you can pull up to 1 amp out of this. There's already condensation right here, so that's where the cooling area is, all the way around, and also turn it on and off with the power button. And I can feel a draft here, and it still uses about 2.7 watts. After about 20 seconds, it drops down to 0 watts. The wheels are roughly 4 inches in diameter, and the amount of rubber cover is about 3/8 of an inch thick. It's 4 p.m. right now. I have a temperature logger, one temperature probe inside the freezer and one outside. Ambient temperature is 76.8 degrees and inside the freezer is 75.4 degrees Fahrenheit. Plug it in. We'll set it at -4 degrees. It'll chill very quickly to a refrigerator temperature of 32 degrees Fahrenheit in just about 15 minutes, to 10 degrees Fahrenheit in about half an hour, and to -4 degrees Fahrenheit in about an hour. Naturally, when you start these things up, it's still really warm, so it has to run longer and it uses more electricity. Starting at an ambient temperature of 76 degrees Fahrenheit, it quickly cooled down to 0 degrees Fahrenheit at 45 minutes. I actually used the wrong temperature sensor here. It can only go at minimum of 0 degrees. The freezer can actually go down to -4, so I can't measure that with this probe. But it looks like another 4 degrees would only extend it by maybe 5 minutes or so. And then afterwards, it fluctuates up and down by about 7 degrees or so as the compressor turns on every time it gets too warm. 12 hours later, we use 301 watt hours. This translates to only about 25 watt hours used per hour. Load up this freezer with some of the items from my fridge. Some beans here. These are all rock hard, see? Some cooler packs, and even some square ice cubes. These are clear ice cubes that I made. Let's do that for now. There it is, bunch of items in there. Right now it says it's 9 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's gonna keep on cooling it to -4. Around 8:40 p.m., so I'm gonna let it run overnight and see how it does. Everything should still be frozen solid. Chicken wing, steak. A freezer chest has a huge advantage because all the cold air tends to sink down. When I'm reaching for stuff in here and pull things out, all the cool air doesn't really leak out of it other than some of the stuff that gets wafted out. Running 1 hour on eco mode without opening the lid and everything is frozen inside used only 23 watt hours. On regular mode, it used 27 watt hours, which is only 4 watt hours more than the eco mode. What eco mode is doing is that it just doesn't quite reach as low a temperature. It keeps it in a slightly narrower and warmer range. This allows the compressor to not run as long. These AC adapters are not fully efficient. It wastes around 20% of power. So if you have the choice, connect it to the 12 or 24 volt car adapter output instead of the AC adapter. Download the car fridge freezer app. Open it, allow the use of Bluetooth, start scanning the fridge. It found one right here. Let's click that. Press the setting button to connect it. All the controls you can access on the front panel now appears in the app. We can set the temperature easily from -4 all the way up to 68 degrees. The fridge turns off. I can turn it back down. There's an eco mode that'll allow you to save some electricity. You can lock the control so you can't adjust the settings. You can also adjust the cutoff voltage, low, medium, high, the same thing as on the panel. A bit small over here, but it will show you the voltage of the car battery, not the battery inside this freezer, as there is none. The current temperature is 39 degrees. We can also turn it off here or turn it back on. Because this is connected via Bluetooth, you can access it up to 10 meters away. This is pretty standard for Bluetooth devices. I'm at a park. The drinks are cool at a 32 degrees Fahrenheit. It'll stay this way with my power station for up to 12 hours, making sure that your drinks are ice cold throughout your entire event, not just at the beginning. Let me grab a coconut water. If you guys are interested in this Shinegiant 50-liter portable electric freezer and cooler in one, check out my affiliate link down in the video description below. Thanks for watching this video. Until next time.